Hello everyone, I'm ex-manager. The film chronicles how an aspiring ballerina turns into an extremely cunning and deadly spy. The story begins with the lives of two characters in Russia being shown separately. He is a famous ballerina who has to take care of Dominika Hospital. The show begins. Dominika is dazzling on stage. While performing a performance, her partner makes a wrong move, causing Dominika to break her leg. She is immediately hospitalized and operated. The other character is a net American agent. He is engaged in espionage activities in Russia. He is trying to decipher an encrypted message that comes to him. He has a clock. Things go wrong at the meeting place. He opens fire to prevent his informant from being caught and draws attention to himself. Takes refuge in the American embassy after the chase. His superiors inside tell him what a big mistake he made. Activities are now terminated. He will be sent from Russia with a diplomatic passport. The next day, Ivan is called to Zakharov's office. The director of the Russian Secret Service, General Vladimir, is there. The video of Ivana Olive in the park is watched. Dominika wakes up in the hospital and starts to cry when she realizes that she will not be able to dance again. 3 months after the accident, she can walk with the help of a cane. Her uncle Ivan has come to visit her. They talk about his disability. Ivan reminds that the theater company has found someone named Sony instead of Dominika. The hospital expenses of their apartment and his mother are paid by the theater company. But Dominika is no longer working with them. He is aware that they can't continue his work. Ivan says he wants to help. Dominika thinks what happened was an accident. Ivan leaves Dominika an envelope and says there is no such thing as an accident. The events will start soon, leaving the house saying that he can call him whenever he wants. If he digs Domini, he opens the envelope with Sonia, who takes his ex-partner's place. Finds close-up photos. There is also a sound recording in the envelope. Apparently, his partner jumped on his girlfriend's Domini deliberately so that she could replace the blood. Dominika, realizing that she was set up for blood, goes to the cast the next day, and Sonia with her ex-partner watches them carefully. After the rehearsal, they enter the shower room together. Sonia is having an affair with her partner. It seems that what her uncle Ivan said is true. She ended her career. In this situation, Dominika cannot control her anger. She leaves there and returns home, no longer connected to the theater. Dominika desperately asks her uncle for help for her mother's hospital expenses. The imam says that she will gladly help in return for a favor. She wants to learn more about the mafia leader Dmitry, whom she met at the Secret Service ball night. She uses her charms to get close to Dmitry and gain his trust. She refuses this, but later has to accept it due to her mother's hospital expenses. At the hotel where Dmitry stays, Dominika leaves a room, everything from the clothes. She will wear to the place where she will sit upstairs. Everything Dominika has to do is to seduce Dmitry and replace Dmitry's phone with a replica. Dmitry immediately notices Dominika thanks to her red dress and her beauty, and asks what she is doing here. Dominika says it's a coincidence. Dmitry says that nothing is a coincidence in life. He says he wants to feel special again, so he came to see her. They retreat to the room later in the night. Dmitry sends his bodyguards outside. Then he starts to undress. Then he asks Dominika to do the same. After hesitating a little, he takes off his clothes and approaches him. They leave the hotel through the back door. The man with the helmet is named Sergei. He is working for Russian intelligence. He has brought Dominika to a secret place. His uncle Ivan and General Vladimir are watching him from the security camera. Dominika succeeded in the task, but General Dominika Ivan says that Dominika can be useful and comes to talk to him and offers to send him to a secret institution to train as a spy. If he refuses, he will not be able to protect her. Dominika's life is about to change, and this does not please her at all. Removal methods are taught. The school principal stands up to Dominika and a student named Victor and asks them to undress. Victor follows the instruction, but Dominika hesitates and tells the principal to use Dominika's body by putting all her moral values aside, and the other character receives the news that her services have been suspended because it was revealed in a net disciplinary board why is his mole in Russia, a very important person, and only trusts in what he will not tell anyone else. But Nate is dismissed anyway. His training in Dominican espionage school continues. Warzone. They are asked to seduce a group of soldiers returning from their job. Dominika chooses a young soldier and takes him to his room, and then they watch the events in the seminar room and evaluate what happened. After receiving adequate training in espionage school, he graduates. American and Russian intelligence are after the informant of the net in Russia. This informant is a senior in Russia. He is authorized. It is very important in the two states. The informant has not contacted anyone for months. Therefore, he returns to duty. Since he can no longer enter Russia, he plans to contact his informant through Budapest. Meeting with his uncle in a restaurant, Dominika asks March for messing up her new room. One day, when he returns home, he finds March murdered in the bathtub. Before he can get over the shock of the incident, the Russian agent shows up, says that this is what will happen to him if he tells someone about his mission. She learned everything about him and asked him to be a double agent. Dominika, she will think about it. She gives her own room to Dominika to sleep. Later at night, Dominika Olive enters the room where she sleeps. After asking if she can trust him, they get together. American intelligence ties him to the lie detector. Dominika buys intelligence from the Seagull to prove herself. The excess will give them a mechanism for redemption. They have agreed to meet with this light in London. American intelligence will watch the whole operation from the cameras. Dominika's duty is to replace the discs that this light will deliver with fake ones. In this way, both this cube betrayal will be revealed, the Russian intelligence will be misinformed, and Dominika will prove itself. This light. Comes to the meeting place, but Mart was killed. He says he sent it, suspecting this glitzy situation. He tries to leave the hotel, but Dominika thought about this possibility with the images in his hands. This is extremely threatening. They go to the prearranged hotel room. There is also a Volanto in the room. He takes the discs for money. Dominika goes to the other room and replaces the originals with fake discs, under the pretext of checking whether the discs are real. This is light. Leaves the hotel when he realizes that he's being followed at the door, throws away the money in his hand and tries to get away. Strike, Volanto and Dominika are urgently summoned to Moscow. Ivan gets them both arrested after receiving the discs. They think that one of them is a traitor. Dominika refuses when asked about this. She is tortured for days to confess. She is even hit in the face with a hammer. Dominika is shown a video of the flying chicken being killed and she is asked to confess. Dominika again, he refuses and finally convinces them that he is not a traitor. He says he wants to go back to his net file. Ivan allows this. What is he to meet after he returns at 5 o'clock? He wakes up at night by hearing a sound. The exhibition has entered the house and Mahdi seems to be on his side. Contributes when Sergen is distracted. They hit him and they dissolve the meat and neutralize the exhibit with the net. He wakes up in a hospital the next day and leaves his room for fresh air. Meanwhile, General Vladimir arrives next to him. The mole is the general himself. He thinks he will be caught soon and wants to die in vain. That's why he tells Dominika to report him. In this way, Dominika will become a national hero and take his place. Then the general goes. Dominika surrenders to the police. She says she wants to meet with the Russian embassy. Zakharova, the head of the Russian intelligence, tells the ambassador that she will give the name of the mole in return for her freedom. Later on, the Americans and the Russians will make a hostage exchange at the airport. The Russians take off the sack on the head of the owner. Dominika surprised them and told them about his uncle as an informer. His uncle is trapped. After the exchange is made, Ivan is shot by a Russian sniper. Dominika is taken to Russia by helicopter. When he returns to Russia, he is greeted as a hero. And she lives a good life with her mother. This is the end of this movie. To support me, you can like this video and subscribe to the channel. All details about the movie are available in the comments section. See you in the next video. Bye bye, me ex-manager. Do not forget to write your thoughts about the movie in the comments section.